Joanne, did you see the news? It said electricity bills went up another 30 to 40% this winter. Can you believe this crap?
Yeah, I saw. Things are getting so hard for average working people. Gas and electricity are already through the roof, and yet the expenses just keep piling up. Where does it end?
You're always at home. You need to stop using the heating, we can't afford it.
In the dead of winter? Are you joking?
Do you have any idea how our bills are going to be if you have it turned up like that all day? We're going to be paying out the eyeballs if we don't get it in check. Now, you can keep warm by working harder, cleaning the house, huh? It only gets real cold at night, but that's fine, because I can keep you toasty and warm if you catch my drift, sweet cheeks. Start wearing thicker clothes till I get back and toughen the heck up, huh?
You do realize that if I don't turn the heating on, it's going to be as cold inside the house as it is outside. I can't live like that. What do you think I am, an Eskimo?
That's why I told you to wear thicker clothes and toughen up. Oh, you'll get by somehow. How do you think people survive before central heating?
I don't know, by suffering a lot? Besides, why can't I have the heating on? It's always at max capacity whenever you're in the house.
Yep, when you're the man of the house, you have a duty to be maximally snug. How am I supposed to pull in Iron Man numbers at the office if I ain't as toasty as a campfire marshmallow? You don't have a job, so you better make damn sure you turn it off when I leave the house. A stay-at-home housewife does not need the heating on. It's a waste of money.
How's it a waste of money? I might not work in a cubicle, but I still work. I'm busy around the house all day. What's heating for if not keeping people warm? Why should we only turn it on when you're home?
It's because I'm the one who puts the bread on the table, honey bun. It's only fair I get special treatment. What would you do if you got a cold? Ever think about that, huh? Huh? If I couldn't work anymore, where would the money come from? It'll be finished, I tell you, finished!
Fine, point taken. I'll do as you say.
Listen, baby, here's what I'll do. If I ever get promoted to manager, I'll let you use the aircon once a week during the summer, if there's ever a heatwave.
Do you have ambitions for promotion?
It's not like I'm planning on it, but let's face it, it's gonna happen eventually. This is me we're talking about here. If you ask me, we're talking months, not years. The president loves me and everyone knows it. It's not what you know, it's who you know. I even have his number. That's how tight we are.
Wow, like his private phone number? That's actually impressive.
Right? It's obvious he's got me in the sights for promotion. I'm on the road to success and they know I'm gonna stop me. Full speed ahead!
That's great, honey. Being buddies with the president can only be a good thing.
I can't deny it stings a little to act like his lapdog, but it's gonna pay off in a big way one day. Ability is important, but it's nowhere as important as integrating yourself with the bigwigs. That's the key to success. And when it comes to that, ain't no one as talented as me. All the higher-ups love me. It's been the same every job I ever had.
Your company's president is an amazing guy, right?
Yep. He went from being raised by a single mom in one of the poorest towns in the country to single-handedly building one of the most respected donut companies on the planet. He's got the brains, he's got the charisma, he's got the donuts! He's got it all! To tell you the truth, I want to be like him. I've been with him a lot these last months, like shadowing him. You know, it might sound crazy, but something tells me he's training me up to be a successor.
Wow.
Huh? What's wow supposed to mean?
I didn't particularly mean anything by it. I'm just impressed is all.
Liar. You don't seem interested in what I'm saying at all. You're the one who asked me about him in the first place. Why the heck you gotta reply like such a deflated balloon, huh? You making fun of me?
No, I'm really not.
Whatever. There's no way someone like you could understand what an incredible man the president is. Stay-at-home housewives aren't exactly renowned for their brains. As if someone like you could ever comprehend what it takes to manage a company. All you have to do is my supper.
Sorry. I didn't mean to upset you, honey. I wasn't making fun of you at all, I swear.
Relax, this is my fault. I should have known better than to expect you to be able to hold your own in a conversation about complicated big brain stuff. Still, I shouldn't be so hard on you. You might have the intelligence of a grapefruit, but at least you know how to do what you're told. That's the most important quality in a woman. Do not use the heating while I'm at work, you got that? Don't think I won't know if you use it in secret. I know everything. I'll be able to tell from the utility bills, and believe me, there will be hell to pay. Hey! The utilities went up! Did you turn the heating on in secret?
I haven't been using it at all.
Why do the bills keep going up then? It doesn't add up!
Maybe because you always have it turned up to max whenever you're at home. I have to wear t-shirts when you're around because the place turned into a damn sauna. You could at least turn it down a bit. Why does it have to be on max?
Whatever, I hardly use it.
I knew this was coming. Things were bound to get expensive with how hot the house has been on your days off lately. What's the point of me being sat around freezing my pinky off during the day if you do this? You're canceling out my efforts.
It's the damn government's fault for not handling the economy better. I'll catch a cold if I don't turn it up. You don't want me to get sick, do you, babe?
What's wrong with putting more layers on? That's what you tell me to do. Why can't you take your own advice?
God, you're a pain in the ass. Sip it already, you damn foghorn! I'm the breadwinner in this household, and I will not be talked down to by the likes of you! Whatever the extra heating I use is costing us, we'll just have to save elsewhere.
How are we supposed to save any more money than we already are if not on the heating? I live complete without gas or electricity when you're not home. I may as well be in the Stone Age. There's literally no more money to be saved.
Oh yes, there is! You seem to be forgetting something. Gasoline. That's right! You're banned from using gasoline from now on.
What? But how am I supposed to drive?
You're banned from driving!
What the heck? You can't ban me from driving? How am I supposed to live without the car? It takes 20 minutes to walk to the nearest supermarket.
So walk 20 minutes? Jeez, are you seriously complaining over a measly 20 minutes? Being a stay-at-home housewife made you lazy. Back in my grandparents' day, they walked 20 minutes and they liked it. I can't believe you're actually making it out like it's a big deal.
It might not seem like much, but you gotta remember I'm gonna be carrying a bunch of shopping bags on the way back. And there's a limit on how much I can carry without the car. Are you really that desperate to save money?
Yep.
Fine.
Oh yeah, you talking about the supermarket reminded me. I have an online drinking party with my old buddies from high school. I want some beer and nuts ready on the table before it starts, eh? Make it happen.
Huh? Today?
Yep. Go buy me a case of beer.
Didn't you see the weather report for today?
Snow, right? What's the big deal? Same as usual.
This is nothing like usual, Rishi. Have you looked out the window? We're due record snowfall for crying out loud. I'll get buried. Do you really expect me to go to the supermarket in this? On foot?
Yep. What's the problem?
You want me to walk to the supermarket in the middle of a record-breaking snowstorm for a case of beer? Please just be real with me for a moment. It's a whiteout outside. This is nothing like going out for a walk on a normal day.
You grew up in Canada, Joanne. No one's more used to snow than you. Believe in yourself, babe. If anyone can do this, you can.
Just because I grew up around snow doesn't mean I can go out for a stroll in a record-breaking snowstorm. Look out the window for heaven's sake. I won't last 5 minutes. It said on the news to stay indoors.
They always say that. Oh, the world's gone soft, babe. Surely you ain't gonna listen to those pansies.
I don't even have a bike. How am I supposed to bring back a case of beer? Beer is kinda heavy, you know?
Carry it, you big sissy!
Are you serious?
Dead serious. If you have time to whine at me like this, you have time to go to the supermarket. If I didn't have a case of beer and some nuts for my drinking party with the boys later, I'm kicking you the hell out! You can spend the night in the yard.
Rishi?
Hey, boss, what's up? I can't say I expected a message from the company president today.
You're fired.
Fired? Where the hell did that come from, boss?
Don't play dumb with me, you sniveling rat. That kind of scumbag who kicks his wife out in the middle of a snowstorm is not welcome in our company.
My wife?
I heard all about how you forced her to walk into the supermarket in this god-awful weather. Oh yes, you banned her from driving too, didn't you?
How'd you know all this?
I ran into Joanne.
Where?
On the street. I almost ran over a woman crossing the road when I was out driving with my wife. My visibility was next to nothing with the intensity of the snowstorm, so I didn't see her till the last second. But thankfully I was able to brake in time.
And that woman was my wife?
I jumped out of the car to check on her because I could tell something wasn't right. She was hobbling along like she was about to collapse. When I did, I noticed her face was covered in frozen tears. I could see she was in a bad way, so we sat her down in the car and asked her what happened. She would have come down with frostbite if she stayed out any longer. My wife can't look the other way when someone's in need.
Sir, what exactly did my wife tell you?
She said you forced her to cut back on living expenses to such an extreme level that it was affecting her health. And in spite of that fact, you banned her from using practically every modern amenity there is. You always had the heating turned up to max whenever you were home. Basically, you're an overbearing control freak with less financial sense than a donkey.
Whoa, please, Brian. I mean, sir. Let's just slow down for a sec here. That's not true at all. The only reason I told her to start being more financially conscious was because our outgoings were going about a rate of knots. That's for her own benefit, I swear. Listen, sir, the thing you should know about my ex-wife is... she has the kind of, how to put it, victim complex? She's always been like this. As soon as she gets stressed out or unhappy, she starts telling the craziest lies.
The only liar here is you. She showed me your message history. You bullied, ridiculed, and insulted her like it was no one's business.
No way, I didn't!
Lies! You looked down on her for being a stay-at-home housewife. I hate guys like you more than anything in the world. You make me sick.
Sir?
Looking through your message history reminded me of my dad. He was a controlling, misogynistic scumbag like you. He thought my mom being a stay-at-home housewife made her inferior to him. She lived in terror, constantly walking on eggshells and doing whatever it took to keep him happy. But it was never enough. I worked like my life depended on it to protect her.
Wow, really, sir? I had no idea.
You're just like my good-for-nothing waste of a space dad. You disgust me. My mom divorced him in the end. It was the best decision she ever made. We didn't need him one bit. Not with me there to look after her. Scum like you is not welcome at my company.
But sir, please! I wanted to become president one day. This might sound strange, but I think you're incredible, sir. Seeing the way you work, how you rush around like a man possessed, keeping everything running smoothly all the time, it really inspires me. To tell you the truth, you're my idol.
I'm your idol? You want to be like me? Don't make me laugh. My wife is the most important person in the world to me. More important than my job. More important than the company itself.
More important than the company?
I wouldn't have been able to accomplish any of it without her. The only reason I'm able to keep things running smoothly at work all the time is because she's there supporting me, day in and day out. You'll never be like me if you think you can go it alone. And you're in for a rude wake-up call if you're deluded enough to believe otherwise.
No, I could do it, sir! I know I have what it takes, but please! This is all one huge misunderstanding. It's not what you think. Can we talk about this in person?
No can do. I already went home. There's no reason to stay out in weather this awful. By the way, we brought your wife home with us too. We wouldn't have been able to sleep if we let her go back to someone like you.
Wait, Joanne's at your house? Please, can I speak to her?
Hi, it's me.
Joanne! It seems like there's been some kind of huge misunderstanding. I never mistreated you, did I? Except that maybe I was a little strict every now and then, but I did it for you. You know I always had your best interests at heart, right, babe?
Listen to me. I almost died because of you. The sled I was using to carry your beer broke on the way home from the supermarket. The blizzard got worse, and my walking slowed down because of the cold. Things got so bad that I wasn't even sure if I could make it home anymore. I broke down in tears, feeling lost and hopeless. If your company president and his wife hadn't showed up when they did, I shudder to think what might have happened to me.
Wow, I see. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have had to go through that, but... Why didn't you just call me if you were struggling so much? I would have been out in the car in a flash.
Huh? What's gotten into you? You changed your tune from constantly calling me useless and lazy. Are you being nice to me because your boss is here? You really are a crafty piece of shit.
Well, what the heck? Don't call me things like that, baby. Your words, they hurt.
Brian's wife told me she was there to listen if there was anything I wanted to tell her. And there was. A lot. I told her everything. Even if she was a stranger, I thought it'd feel good to get everything off my chest. I realized the guy who saved me was none other than the president of your company halfway through the conversation. You should have seen the look on his face when he realized I was your wife. Our jaws were practically on the floor.
I understand how you feel, babe. You've been through a lot. We can carry on this conversation at home, right?
I'm not coming home today.
What?
Brian's wife invited me out for dinner. After that, she said I'm spending the night here in their spare room. It didn't sound like I had a choice, and besides, who might have turned down such hospitality? So yeah, I won't be coming home tonight. Deal with it.
What are you talking about? This is the president of my company we're talking about here. You can't stay at his house. Hurry up and come home and let's end this nonsense.
Why would I come home when me and the president's wife are getting along so well? Her and Brian are pleasant to be around, and they're actually nice to me, unlike you.
Well, the president really likes me too. I was his favorite employee at the whole company.
Based on what? Your own delusions? You couldn't be more wrong. Brian couldn't have cared less about you.
What?
It took him a few seconds to realize who I was even talking about when I first mentioned you. He said, "Oh, that really annoying guy who's constantly brown-nosing me." Needless to say, he didn't have a particularly high opinion of you.
But I had his phone number. His personal phone number, Joanne.
That was from the company New Year's party, right? He said he got carried away and gave you it while he was embarrassingly drunk after one too many champagnes. It really wasn't as profoundly significant as you seem to think it was.
No way.
Yes way. Are we done now? Get your own beer and nuts.
Joanne! When are you coming home?
You're annoying. I'm busy baking a cake with the president's wife right now. Stop bugging me.
No, you're the one bugging them. I bet they're secretly sick and tired of having you around. They're just too nice to send you home.
Wrong. To the contrary, I announced my departure because I thought I was getting in their way. But they insisted I'll stay a little longer because they wanted me to meet someone. I'll be home after that.
They want you to meet someone. Who?
A lawyer. They told me to hang around a little longer while they find me a good divorce lawyer.
A divorce lawyer? What? Is this some kind of joke?
Brian told me I shouldn't be married to a man like you. He said I could do so much better.
What? Just because he's my boss doesn't give him the right to go interfering in my private life? This crosses the line!
You see, Rishi, the thing is, I agree with him. Me and you are done. We're getting a divorce. Not because Brian told me to, but because that's what I want.
How are you gonna get by without me? It'll never work, you need me! You're a stay-at-home housewife, damn it. How do you expect to find work? You'll never be able to support yourself without me putting food on the table.
Don't worry about it. Brian said there are some openings at his company. I know that's probably the last thing you wanted to hear after getting fired, but meh, whatever.
Why do I have to get fired? So I was a little cold towards my wife, so what? Why does that mean I should lose my job? No matter which way you look at it, this isn't fair.
Allow me to explain why you were dismissed.
Brian.
That's right. Your wife just gave me the phone. Now, about your dismissal. Of course you're not being dismissed over this little incident. That would be an abuse of my powers.
You mean there are other reasons? I've been working my butt off to bring in results for this company ever since I joined. No one works as hard as me.
Hearing about what a rotten human being you are from your wife got me curious about your reputation at work. I called several of the managers and asked them what they thought of you. They didn't have anything particularly bad to say.
Right? Of course they didn't.
But they didn't have anything particularly good to say either. Not satisfied, I decided to call some of the regular employees from your department. When I did, it was nothing but complaints and criticism.
No way. There has to be some kind of mistake.
I heard all about how you forced your work onto employees lower down the hierarchy than you. And then bragged to the managers as if you'd done the work yourself. You had your work up all the managers' asses and treated everyone below you like crap. That's your reputation at this company. To be honest, it was difficult to listen to. I feel like I failed in my duty as company president by allowing a rat like you to stay on my ship for this long. Countless new employees left because of you.
No way, I never made anyone leave! They probably just weren't cut out for the job, huh? Who the hell's telling all these lies about me?
I guess this was inevitable, with the company getting so big. There was a time when I was aware of pretty much everything that was going on. But the more the company grew, the more difficult it became. Eventually, as I delegated responsibilities to executives and managers, I stopped hearing about the reputations of the individual employees. You slipped right through the cracks.
No! Someone's trying to ruin my life by telling lies about me!
You can give it a rest already. I have plenty of proof of you forcing your work on other employees and taking the credit for their accomplishments. I'm a strong believer in meritocracy. If I'm your idol, as you say, you should know I spent some time working in Silicon Valley.
Right, I did hear about that.
Well, in Silicon Valley, they don't tolerate lazy, deadweight employees. If you don't bring in results, you don't get to keep your job. And you, Rishi, do not get to keep your job.
Please wait! Let's not do anything drastic here, sir. With all due respect, you're making a mistake. I'm an asset. I make a big contribution to the company.
Any contribution you make is only because you steal the accomplishments of your co-workers. You're nothing but a salary thief. There is no place for a waste of space like you at my company. Find another job.
Looks like Brian's done speaking now. Good luck with the job hunting.
Joanne? No! No, 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 no! No! Why should things go so well for you and I'm getting served up a big shit sandwich? This is not fair!
Fair? You got some nerve to talk about fairness when you forced me to live like a peasant while you live like a king. Not anymore, though. Now you're just some jobless loser. Before long, you're gonna be shivering with cold, just like I was. You hungry? Fear not, because dinner is served. A generous serving of poverty with a side order of frostbite. With that, I swiftly divorced my husband, and the whole thing went by without a hitch. To add insult to injury, Brian, being true to his word, fired him immediately. Then, he gave me an administrative position at his company. The company my husband just got fired from. It's hard not to believe in karma sometimes. As one door closes, another one opens. Thankfully, since I was in a different department and my surname had changed, no one knew who my ex-husband was. Brian's been amazing throughout this whole thing. And thanks to his kindness, support, and understanding, getting used to my new job has been a breeze. I'm technically only part-time, but I still have access to a huge amount of employee benefits. And my salary ain't to be sniffed at either. You can tell what a great guy Brian is by the way he treats his employees, and I feel blessed to work for him. Despite only being part-time, he lets me work full-time hours when I need to supplement my income. So I have no trouble getting by on my own. Brian seems to see something in me, and he told me he thinks I should train up for some management qualifications. He even said I could take a course the company provides while continuing my usual job. Always looking for ways to improve myself and learn new things, I decided to take him up on his offer. And I'm currently juggling work with study and having a great time in the process. I feel extra motivated to work hard and prove myself because of how kind Brian has been to me. I want to show him how grateful I am by contributing to his company as much as I possibly can. As for Rishi, I already found a new job. To tell you the truth, I was disappointed when I found out how quickly he found work after getting fired. This might sound evil, but I was hoping he'd stay unemployed for a little longer. That said, it's not all plain sailing. I heard there are a few problems at his new workplace. I heard all this through Brian, who knows the president of Rishi's new company. Apparently, he's a vile tyrant of a man who sees his employees as nothing more than pawns to make him money. The work environment and office culture have been described by more than one employee as worse than hell. And they have the highest employee turnover rate in the industry. Looks like my ex-husband might be in for some rough times. Since it's him, all I can say is, let the rough times roll.